Alright, first let us set some ground rules. For the sake of clarity, we'll assume all Mangekyo Sharingan users theoretically have access to abilities like Izanagi and Izanami. This means we'll focus on the unique and practical abilities each user showcases. We're interested in how these abilities translate into real combat scenarios, not just their theoretical potential. Characters with abilities that are more theoretical or difficult to scale, like Indra Otsutsuki, are honored as mentioned but won't make our list. Honorable mentions include Shin Uchiha with his Mangekyo telekinesis ability, Fugaku Uchiha, once Minato's rival for Hokage, and Indra Otsutsuki, because, well, he is overpowered. Oh, and Madara as well, but watch the whole video because we couldn't resist ranking his time ability. Alright, let's do some ranking. Starting at the bottom is Shisui Uchiha's right eye ability. This was the eye that Danzo managed to take from Shisui, which he used to control Mifune. I know a lot of you are already outraged, but let me land. As powerful as the Gurnjutsu of this eye is, it seems so easy to break out of. Danzo was caught using it almost immediately by Ao, who could see his chakra flowing into the eye. It also does not help that all the Kargi could tell Mifune was being controlled as well. As soon as Mifune is told, the Gurnjutsu just stops working. As powerful as it is in mind control, it just isn't that great in practical combat. It also seemed like Danzo had to keep it activated because how else could Ao still detect the chakra being pulled into the eye? This puts it low in the rankings since it is so easy to detect and break out of, and not to mention that annoying cooldown timer of up to 10 years. Next up, we have Itachi's right eye ability, Amaterasu. Honestly, this spot could be a tie with Sasuke's left eye ability, as it is exactly the same. The Amaterasu generates inextinguishable black flames that burn as hot as the sun. It was strong enough to make the Raikargi disabled, take out Nagato's summons, and Sage Kabuto also had difficulty against it. Both Uchiha brothers used it extensively in battle against opponents and each other. However, what puts this ability in this spot is just how easy it is to counter despite how hyped it was. We have seen the Raikargi dodge it, Naruto avoid it using his chakra cloak, and a relatively weaker Sasuke survive it against an arguably stronger Itachi. Another terrible drawback is that it is actually tangible, meaning most characters can interact with it. Therefore, it can be absorbed, as we saw Jigen do. Next on the list is Madara's supposed ability. It has never been explicitly stated and probably isn't really canon, but fans using the games as evidence have theorized that Madara's unique ability was the ability to rewind time. He can only rewind time by a few minutes, and cannot use the technique in rapid succession. He used this in his battle with Hashirama Senju to reverse the path of a Demon Wind Shuriken. Whether canon or not, the ability to rewind time in a fight would be quite useful, except this is literally overshadowed by all the countless abilities Madara relies on more than this supposed ability. Even ascribing this power to any of the main Uchiha, I doubt it would really boost their strength that much, so therefore it is not that insane of an ability. It's basically like having a spammable Izanami, except without the reality rewriting factor. I do think, however, that this ability would rank slightly above Amaterasu, as manipulating time itself could counter Amaterasu. Following is Sasuke's right eye ability. With his right eye, Sasuke can control and shape Amaterasu as he wishes, making the already potent jutsu into a more practical and versatile one. Take, for instance, his fight with the Raikargi, who was too fast to hit with his regular left eye. By being able to change the shape of the Amaterasu and surrounding himself with it, he uses Kagutsuchi as both defense and offense at the same time. Any contact with Sasuke immediately harms the attacker. Kagutsuchi is basically the fire-style jutsu's cooler brother. This also allows him to combine it with his other techniques, such as his Susanoo arrow, or with Naruto's Rasen Shuriken. This, of course, increases the damage potency of any of the attacks that Sasuke combines the Amaterasu with, thereby making this Mangekyo ability a lot more practical and deadly in battle. Just imagine if he could combine Amaterasu and Kirin or Indra's arrow. Next on the list is Itachi's left eye ability. With his left eye, Itachi can activate Tsukuyomi, which essentially gives him the ability to manipulate time and space as he wants. With this, he was able to torture Kakashi in his little Mangekyo prison world for 72 days, which was only a couple of seconds in the real world. This is ranked high because it cannot be countered, is very difficult to block, and can quickly change a fight. The number one on our list, hands down, would have to be Obito's eyes. Both his left and right eye abilities cannot be countered and have never been shown to be blocked. Using Obito's left eye, Kakashi can affect objects from long range and move them into Obito's dimension. This eye has been shown to transport literally anything. Deidara's arm? No problem. Truth-seeking orbs? No problem. Kaguya's portal? No problem. It literally does it all. Just imagine this eye in the body of an actual Uchiha with the right chakra reserves. Obito's other eye is also the perfect combination of defense and offense, able to become tangible and intangible at will, not to mention being able to use these abilities to support other potent attacks and fights. He was also able to travel between villages with them, never detecting his presence for years. This eye allowed Obito, at 13, to go head-to-head with a Hokage, and not just any, but the fourth himself. Obito's eyes are completely broken, and that is why his eyes take the #1 spot. If he had both his Sharingan, he might have been a really difficult opponent to beat. To be honest, ranking Shisui's left eye, which Itachi used, was a bit more difficult. It is extremely powerful, able to overcome the reanimation jutsu that had the Kargi bound and numerous other notable shinobi. But on the other hand, it was more of a one-time use jutsu. So what do you think? Where do you think this eye ranks in the list? I'll leave this one to you. Let us know in the comments what you think, and don't forget to subscribe.